Welcome, welcome, welcome to this episode of Street Sense with me, Maxwell Mensah. You can call me Talent Man. On this episode, I'm going to share with you 7 things you need to know before starting a business. 7 things you need to know before starting a business. You know, starting a business is a bit more difficult than you would think it is. And starting a business is not for everyone. Not everyone must start a business, or not everyone can start a business. But whether or not you want to start a business, there are a few things you need to know about before you start a business. And so this episode, we are going to delve into business. And for the next few episodes, we are going to have a lot of business talks. But before I get into it, I want to remind you and I want to urge you, kindly subscribe to my channel now. Kindly subscribe now so you can continue learning all the things that I keep sharing. After subscribing, kindly like this video and all the other videos. Leave a comment for me and share the video so others can get to learn what you have been learning on my channel. And I want to believe you have been learning a lot of things from my channel. So let's get to today's meat. 7 things to know before starting a business. First thing to know, the industry you are going into and what you are going to do. The industry you are going into and what you are going to do. Look, there are 1,001 businesses you can start in this world. Several businesses you can start. But before you start, you need to know which industry you are going into. Are you going into the hospitality business? Are you going to tourism? Are you going to banking and finance? Are you going to marketing, branding, filmmaking? Whatever industry you are going into, you need to know the industry you are going into. Why do you need to know the industry you are going into? It is because every industry has its practices. Every industry has its own regulations. Every industry has what it takes to succeed in that field. And every industry has experts in that field. Now, when you know the industry you are going into, that will inform who you have to go to for advice, who to follow on social media, who to follow in person. So you need to know the industry you are going into and what exactly you are going to do. You need to know what exactly you are going to do. So you are going into business, you are going into the hospitality field. But what are you going to do there? What exactly are you going to do? Do you know what you are going to do? Have you planned something? Have you written something down? Are you convinced about what you are going to do? So the first thing you need to know, the industry you are going into, what it takes to be in that industry, and what exactly you are going to do in that industry as a businessman or as an entrepreneur. So first thing, you need to know that. Second thing, very important one, how to sell. How to sell. Look, as an entrepreneur, you can't succeed if you don't know how to sell your products and services. As simple as that. The sales you're able to make will determine the level or the extent to which your business will fail or succeed. If you want your business to succeed as an entrepreneur, you need to learn how to sell. You need to learn how to sell. Even before you employ someone to be your salesperson or your sales manager or your marketing manager, you yourself as an entrepreneur, you need to know how to sell. You need to know how to sell. Don't say, oh, I'll employ someone to handle my sales. Yes, you employ somebody. But you yourself, you need to know how to sell. You need to know how to sell the business you are going into, the product you are offering, the services you are rendering. I remember several years back when I started my first business. That business failed anyway. But when I started that first business, I didn't know how to sell. I had no idea how to sell. And I was still quite a shy person. You know, in one of my episodes, I told you I was a very shy person. Yes, I was quite shy. And so when I have to tell people about my products, Charlie, I used to be so shy that, for example, I have a conference to run and I need to sell tickets. And I can be running a conference in my head, and then my immediate friends don't even know I'm doing a conference because I'm too shy to even open up and tell them, Charlie, I have this conference coming and I'm selling tickets and this the cost per ticket. I didn't even know how to do it. I wrote my very first book. I didn't even know how to sell the book. I didn't know how to go to friends and tell them, Charlie, I'm selling this particular book. It will help you in so and so ways. This and this is what's in the book. This is why I needed to buy the book. I didn't know. I was shy. I didn't know how to sell. And that business failed. But now I've learned how to sell, and so no matter who you are, I can come to you and approach you and let you know what I'm offering, what my business is into. So you need to learn how to sell. And even in these days of social media boom, you need to know how to sell online. You need to know how to sell online. If you want to go for it as a businessman, if you want your business to succeed, you need to learn how to sell online. On TikTok, on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever, whichever socials you are comfortable with, you need to learn how to sell online. So sales is very, very important. It's one important thing you need to know before starting your business. The next thing you need to know before starting your business is how to negotiate with suppliers. How to negotiate with suppliers. Because look, as an entrepreneur, you definitely deal with suppliers, either suppliers who are rendering services for you or rendering some goods for you to use for your business, you need to learn how to negotiate, how to discuss with other suppliers, on terms and conditions. Oh, please give me this on credit. It will take me 30 days to sell this. I'll pay you back on so and so date with so and so extra interest. Whatever it is, you need to learn how to negotiate, because by all means you need other service providers to render services for you, and you may not always have the cash at hand to even pay them for their services. And even if you already have the cash at hand, sometimes as a businessman, you need to learn how to postpone payments just so you can use some amount of money to do other things that will bring ready cash for you to make other payments. So you need to learn how to negotiate with suppliers. It is a skill you need to have. It is something you need to know before starting a business. Negotiation. Next thing, you need to know how to manage people. And look, as an entrepreneur, you need to know how to manage people. It is very, very important. It is as critical as knowing how to sell, because I'm going to be dealing with different types of people: your employees, your suppliers, your financiers, whoever it is. You will need to learn how to manage people, how to relate to people, and you will need a lot of emotional intelligence. An entrepreneur who doesn't have emotional intelligence will make decisions in a rush and will later regret the decisions they have made. So you need to learn how to manage people. You need to have emotional intelligence as an entrepreneur. You need it. It is very important. If you don't have it, there are times when you'll be in a very critical condition, a critical state, and you'll be torn between which decision to make. Without the right emotional intelligence, or without knowing how to manage people, you will make rash decisions because somebody has pissed you off, somebody has gotten you angry, and you will later sit down and say, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. So you need to have emotional intelligence. You need to learn how to manage people. Next thing you need to know, strategic planning and execution. Strategic planning and execution. You need to know, or you need to be able to sit down and plan what you want to do with your business. You need to be able to sit down and plan, okay, so this year, this is what I'm going to do with my business. Next year, I'll do this. By 5 years, I want to achieve this kind of results. In 10 years, I need to have this. Now, in the world we are in now, things keep changing very fast. And so even though you sit down to plan, you need to have, you need to be adaptive to, current situations, such that you don't say, oh, I have planned to do this, so strategically I will do this. By all means, come rain, come shine, I'll do this. No. Part of strategic planning and execution requires that even though you put together a plan, you need to know, Charlie, the plan, I put together a plan, but I think the way things are going, I can't continue with this plan, so I will change this, and I will change that, and I'll substitute this and substitute that. But the end goal is still not changing. My end goal is to do X, Y, Z. A, B, and C may change, but whatever I do, I will still need to end up at X, Y, Z. So you need to know how to plan strategically and execute on your plans, because look, it is not enough to plan. If you plan and you don't execute, your business will not succeed anyway. So plan, yes, but learn how to also execute on your plans. The next thing, you must be ready to make sacrifices, and sometimes very huge sacrifices. Yes, if you want to be an entrepreneur and not ready to make sacrifices, then look, be an employee. And sometimes people think, oh, they don't want to report to a boss, so they want to start their own business. They want to have the freedom of time to do whatever they want to do. Look, when you start a business, you will be shocked. You may even work more hours than you used to work for your employer. Yes. You work more hours. You need to learn, you have to learn how to make sacrifices. You have an amount of money on you that you can use to buy a nice suit, a nice shoe, to chill. Let me put it that way. But as an entrepreneur, the circumstances will demand that amount of money you can't use to satisfy yourself now. Put that money into business. Let that money work for you and produce more money, so you can later buy the things you want in life. And so if you want to be an entrepreneur, you need to learn that, or you need to get ready to make sacrifices, sometimes very huge ones. If you are not ready to make sacrifices, you can't be an entrepreneur. Bear that in mind. The last thing you need to know before starting your business is that ideas are useless until they produce results. Ideas are useless until they produce results. Look, you can have the best of plans, you can have the best of ideas, you can have the best of plans in your head, Charlie. Until you execute them and produce results, your ideas are nothing. Mind you, everyone can get ideas. Look, someone can sit down right now, or I can even sit down right now and give you 10 ideas, 15 ideas, 20 ideas right now about the business to start. But until you execute, until you produce results from the ideas you have, your ideas are useless. And no one cares about your ideas until it produces results that can benefit them. Until then, your ideas are useless. So you need to know this, and I mean, don't feel that, oh, once you want to be an entrepreneur, no, everything will go on for you because you have the idea. You can have the idea and still fail. You can have the idea and not produce anything. So ideas are very good, excellent, always have ideas, but if you don't produce results, your ideas are useless, they are waste. Let me give you a bonus point. Branding and marketing. You need to know about branding and marketing. You need to learn how to brand your business. Branding, no, very important, very key. And if you want someone who will help you with your branding for your business, I mean your logo design, flyer designs, any other design, t-shirt, souvenir, paper bag, anything you want to design or print for your business, just talk to me, just get in touch with me, and I will help you with your branding for your business. Everything about your branding, whether you want to design or you want to print or you want to market or you want to anything at all, just get in touch with me and I'll help you, because my business, my company, Maxman Media, we are into branding services. So just talk to me and I'll help you out. But you need to know that as an entrepreneur, you have to be serious about your branding. Your branding as an individual and your branding as a business. Those are two different, distinct things. Different and distinct. You are different from your business. Your business is different from you. You need to know how to brand yourself. How do you want people to see you? How do you want people to approach you? How do you want people to perceive you to be? And beyond that, how do you want people to see your business? So learn to brand yourself and learn to brand your business. If you don't understand these two things and you go into business, you do things anyhow, and the results you want to get in your business, you will never achieve them. So thank you very much for watching this episode. If you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe now, because there's going to be more content that are going to help you in your daily work. My name hasn't changed. I am still Maxwell Mensah. You can call me Talent Man. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next episode.